Introduction. Anti-Faction+Rebirth+Revenge+System brain Hole+Not being Human+Abdominal Black+Old 6, don't come to mindless killing in single female lead anymore. As a second-generation wealthy man, Feng was forced to death in his previous life by a divine doctor's son.In.Law and a sinister female protagonist. After being a licking dog for more than a decade, my family was ruined and my fate was tragic. After death, she was reborn 15 years ago, before the female lead had turned black and the male lead had yet to rise up as a son.In.Law. In this life, Feng swore not to be a licking dog, abandoned kindness, and became a ruthless villain. The school flower Su Mu Ning, who has not yet been blackened, said, "We have agreed to pay off our debts with our own bodies and not take any actions beyond our control. I beg you to be kind and let me go." Young Xiangwei, the beautiful CEO who has not yet accepted the male lead as a son.In.Law, said, "I promised to help the Yang family overcome difficulties as a childhood sweetheart, but it turned out that you pushed the Yang family into a fire pit, and you took advantage of the danger. You are despicable and shameless." The male protagonist Yi Yan, who was beaten and disabled, said, "Feng, you must die so hard. I have been forced to become a eunuch by you. What else do you want?" Feng said that he is kind to you and does not exist. I am the villain. Chapter 1. Killing my dog, signing a sale contract, and becoming my girlfriend. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. Killing my dog, signing a sale contract, and becoming my girlfriend. Infringement deletion. This girl, with her long black hair cascading like a waterfall, was tied up with a beautiful and playful cartoon giraffe headband and placed on her left shoulder. With bright eyes and white teeth, a thick blush gradually crept onto her fair face like winter snow. The small mouth with rose-red lipstick was slightly open, perhaps because of too much fear. The watery eyes were covered with a layer of water mist, and even the breathing became fast. She supported the ground with a pair of snow-white and translucent arms, her slender legs exposed under the floral skirt, pressed under the pink electric bike. Blood seeps out from both the palms and knees, and although it's a skin injury, it still hurts a lot. And behind the electric car, there is a white long-haired dog, which looks like an underage dog. At this moment, the dog's eyes protruded, its mouth wide open, and there was a puddle of blood under its mouth. The long-haired white dog twitched for a while and let out a deep, mournful cry, which gradually quieted down before finally calming down. The girl glanced at the seemingly deceased dog, feeling both guilty and afraid, and said in a nearly choked voice, "Brother, yes. I'm sorry, I was in a hurry and didn't expect it to suddenly run out of the alley. How about? I'll compensate you with money. I only have 500 yuan on me, I don't know if it's enough." The girl looked at the landing seal with a pitiful expression, as if in this situation, as long as a normal man, he shouldn't be making things difficult for such a lovely and pitiful beautiful girl. However, at this moment, Feng's heart went from confusion to anger, with an impulse to kill. He really wanted to rush over and kill the girl, his fist raised in front of him, trembling with anger. On that handsome face, there was a cruel and bloodthirsty sneer at the corners of her mouth, which frightened the girl's face and made her think that Feng was going to retaliate against her. She was so scared that she cried out and begged, "Big brother, I just ran into and killed your dog. You don't want to kill me, do you?" If it weren't for her legs being pressed under the electric bike now, she would have chosen to escape this fierce-looking man as soon as possible. Closed his eyes and greedily absorbed the fresh air, even though there was a faint smell of blood in the air. "I actually came back. He is a reborn person. In his previous life, he died under a gun, and when he opened his eyes again, he returned to 15 years ago. Returning to the moment when I first met Su Mu Ning, he laughed wildly in his heart. It was truly a godsend to bring me back for revenge. Ding! The God-level villain system has been activated and bound to the host Feng. A playful girl's voice with a dark feeling emerged in Feng's mind. System. Is it true that both rebirth and time travelers come with a cheat as standard? Just as I was reborn, the system appeared. Not dying in a disaster, coupled with the presence of the system, I will make those who have caused my family to suffer 10 times more pain than me. The activated system is a villainous system, great. I will no longer be the kind and foolish licking dog of my past life. In this life, I will be a big villain with a black heart and black hands. Ding! The first mission of the host has arrived. Su Mu Ning killed the host's Afghan hunting dog. The host chooses how to retaliate by choosing one of the following 3 options. 1. Ask Su Mu Ning to ask her parents for compensation, with a reward of 10 times the compensation amount to be refunded. 2. Choose to kill Su Mu Ning to avenge the dog and reward the jailbreak skill at level S. 3. Choose to have Su Mu Ning write a contract to sell herself and slowly torture her, rewarding her with observation of her thoughts. Can you explain to me, what is special observation of one's mind? Lu Feng asked in his heart. System. He. The host's attitude doesn't seem like a good person at first glance, and this system really likes it. Mind observation can observe the current thoughts of the target person in real time and predict their thoughts within 24 hours. Predicting information in one's mind will reflect the events that the target person will experience in the next 24 hours. Lu Feng really had the idea of killing Su Mu Ning just now, but he gave up on this decision. Letting the enemy die in pain is only a fleeting pleasure of revenge. To make the enemy step by step into the abyss of pain, can happiness be doubled? It was on this day that he met Su Mu Ning for the first time in his previous life. At that time, he fell in love with this girl at first sight and did not ask her to compensate him. He even started being Su Mu Ning's licking dog. Unexpectedly, Su Mu Ning became Yi Yan's girlfriend, but in the end, Yi Yan betrayed her in order to achieve success and became someone else's son.In.Law. Su Mu Ning gradually turned black and chose to get engaged to Lu Feng. In his previous life, Lu Feng loved Su Mu Ning even more because of this engagement, helping her fight against Yi Yan. Yi Yan gradually gained control of his father.In.Law's family's financial situation, reached the pinnacle of his life, secretly destroyed the Lu family's industry, and secretly sent someone to break Lu Feng's leg. The Lu family, with billions of assets, fell from grace. The crippled Lu Feng was abandoned by Su Mu Ning because Su Mu Ning never had a place for him in her eyes. Lu Feng became a poor and lame person, with no value for use. In the end, Lu Feng's father died of depression. Lu Feng's mother was seriously ill and needed hundreds of thousands of dollars in medical expenses. There was no money to treat her, and even his former friends and friends of the Lu family were unwilling to lend a helping hand. The death of his parents made Lu Feng despair. He carried a gun and planned to die with Yi Yan. In the end, Lu Feng died under Yi Yan's gun. In his past life, Lu Feng was a complete fool and licking dog, going from a charming wealthy second generation to a cripple with a broken family and dying at gunpoint. All of this was caused by the seemingly innocent girl in front of me, as well as the dog like Yi Yan. In this life, Lu Feng wanted them to also taste the taste of despair. Death is very simple. After suffering for a while, one is relieved. This is not true pain. Just like in one's past life, after a long torture, that is what pain is. There are also those who jointly persecute the Lu family and those who refuse to save their lives, each of whom has to pay a painful price. At this moment, Su Mu Ning is just a simple and obedient college student, and Yi Yan is also just a college student with a family tradition of traditional Chinese medicine. With the identity and financial resources of the second generation of Lu Fengfu, coupled with the system, it is easy to deal with the two of them. Lu Feng couldn't understand why his past self had become such a humble licking dog. In this life, he wants to turn Su Mu Ning into a plaything in his hands, mercilessly trampling on her dignity, and letting her live forever in despair and pain until death. There is no need to have any sense of guilt, isn't that exactly what Su Mu Ning did to herself in her past life? Now Lu Feng wants to double his reward. At this time, Su Mu Ning is not yet Yi Yan's girlfriend, but just a classmate who has developed mutual affection and has not yet confessed her feelings. In no time, Yi Yan will appear and use his traditional Chinese medicine orthopedic surgery to treat Su Mu Ning's knee dislocation. Therefore, Su Mu Ning's relationship with Yi Yan was closer, which also accelerated the process of their confession. But in this lifetime, Lu Feng could not have made it come true. He wants the person who left a strong impression on Su Mu Ning to become himself, not Yi Yan. He restrained his hatred in his gaze and gave a cold smile. Did you break your leg? Upon hearing Lu Feng's question, Su Mu Ning instinctively moved her leg and found that she had lost control below the knee of her right leg. She was so frightened that her eyes turned red. Tears scattered like pearls in her slender and beautiful eyes, saying, "It's broken. It's really broken. Brother, please take me to the hospital, okay?" "All right." Lu Feng nodded, with a very amiable smile on his handsome face. "Brother, you're a good person, thank you." Su Mu Ning raised her slender green fingers and wiped away her tears. Okay, but before we take you to the hospital, let's talk about compensation first. My Afghan hunting dog, which I just bought for 105,000 yuan, is the purest breed of Afghan hunting dog. It seems that you are still a student, and I don't bully you either. I'll give you a small change, so you can compensate me 100,000 yuan. If you don't believe in the value of this dog, you can check now how much the purest Afghan hunting dog costs 100,000. Su Mu Ning didn't quite believe it, so she immediately called her roommate and asked her, who was surfing the internet in the dormitory, to check on her computer. What Lu Feng said was not an exaggeration. Su Mu Ning comes from an ordinary family. Her father works in a factory and earns only 4,000 yuan a month. Her mother works in a supermarket and earns 2,000 yuan a month. Her brother is just starting a small business. For Su Mu Ning's family, after deducting all expenses, it would take several years to save enough money. And now she only has a living allowance of a few hundred yuan all over her body. She widened her tearful eyes and said pitifully, "Brother, you can sell me. Where can I get 100,000? Lu Feng nodded and said very seriously, "Can't you take it out, right? Sign a contract to sell yourself and be my girlfriend for a month, offsetting 100,000 yuan. Su Mu Ning's beautiful eyes widened even wider, and tears streamed out uncontrollably. "Brother, you can't take advantage of the fire to rob, can you?" Lu Feng sneered, "Why not? Am I only worth the value of a dog? Look at what you're saying, how could you only be worth the value of a dog?" Su Mu Ning's eyes were filled with hope, and his tone softened. Has his heart softened? Will that let me go? Unexpectedly, Lu Feng's next sentence directly made her break through the defense. How can you compare yourself to this dog? It's worth 100,000 yuan. Are you worth it? Making you worth 100,000 yuan really elevates you. Besides having a more beautiful face, what value do you have? Su Mu Ning started crying, this time she was angry with Lu Feng. I didn't expect such a handsome and elegant-looking boy to have such a malicious heart. At this moment, in Lu Feng's eyes, a system panel appeared with a column for observing thoughts, and a name on the sub-directory. Su Mu Ning. Lu Feng's gaze caught sight of Su Mu Ning's thoughts under her name, and he predicted and observed. Today I ran into a brother's dog and killed him. He said it was worth 100,000 yuan, but I didn't have so much money to pay for it. I was scared and cried. My older brother said his name is Lu Feng and he is a very polite person. He not only doesn't want me to compensate, but also wants to take me to the hospital. He said it's like he recognized a younger sister. If I need any help from him in the future, just let me know. How could there be such a kind and elegant second-generation wealthy person in the world? It feels really lucky to meet brother Lu Feng. Yi Yan arrived and cured my dislocated knee in a few minutes. I knew he was from a family of traditional Chinese medicine, but I didn't expect his skills to be so advanced. We bid farewell to brother Lu Feng, and Yi Yan said he needed to give me medicine, so he took me to his house. Yi Yan was very careful and gentle when he drugged me. What should I do? Suddenly, Yi Yan confessed to me without any precautions, leaving me at a loss. I said I would consider it for 2 days, but Yi Yan agreed. Seeing the words Yi Yan, Lu Feng's eyes showed a chill. Yi Yan, let's see how I can kill you step by step. As for your confession today, don't expect it to come true, because Su Mu Ning is about to fall into my hands and she will never have the chance to become your girlfriend. P.S. New book release, please follow and support. New book cover. Chapter 2. Was intentionally torturing you, did you realize it? You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 3. I will break your dog leg. I keep my word. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 4, I beg for your kindness. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 5. Big brother, don't torture me anymore, give me a good time. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 6. Big Bad Wolf and Little Sheep. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 7. Young Xiangwei, don't be ignorant. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 8. Your daughter, I'll take care of it for you. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 9. You do not speak of martial virtue. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text. Chapter 10. Lao Yin Bi. You are listening at novel full.audio. De co lois ara trong quatrin lay text.